This is my dog Mookie. For one like and subscribe, I will feed him better food. I promise you, he will get a treat for every like and subscribe. Do it for him. Don't do it for me. All right. Welcome to Facts Matter. That is Dog Mookie. I'm Aton, and we're getting into a really crazy topic. I never thought I would turn on the TV and see what I saw yesterday, where it's 5 migrants from Venezuela beating the shit out of 2 New York cops. And I don't know if these cops were like trying to take it easy on these guys. They've basically been told like, don't hospitalize these poor kids, right? Like they're just like wild animals that need to be tamed. But I know that like my generation, like when we would do something like this, we would expect to be shot, right? Like the minute that you would assault a police officer, we would expect to at least be tased. So I know a lot of you are probably like, oh, you're probably exaggerating. It's not that bad. Let's roll the clip for you guys, and you guys can watch as one guy literally, he tries to like flying jump kick this cop in the face with like, it's like a kill shot. It's like if you land that kick, at best, he's unconscious, right? And worst case scenario, he's probably in the hospital with a broken neck. So let's roll it.
New video is sparking even more outrage over the group of migrants accused of attacking 2 New York City police officers. That's what you're looking at on the left hand of your screen. Those guys were freed without bail.
Can you imagine you just go to a cop and he's just like pulling this guy off? You're just like, in the back of his head, you know? Just gonna knock him out, right? Like, what if they actually knock these 2 cops out? Then what happens, right? Like now, what, right? Like what? They're gonna take their guns. They're gonna what happens then? See, like, I don't think people understand that you have to look into these possibilities, right? This is how consequences work. This is how contingencies work. And you can tell that whatever liberal geniuses decided, hey, let's, like, we can only bring migrants in with families, right? Now, what they don't understand when they do this is that out of the 5 kids that your sister had that she's sending up to you, odds are one of them is probably, like, there's always the bad one in a family, right? There's always going to be the bad one, right? The one that, like, steals or just, he's just a menace. Almost every family has one of these. These are the people that end up in these sanctuary cities. These are the people that can't go to Arizona or to New Mexico or to like Florida, right? They can't go to the places where Spanish people live that have like, let's say, a house, that have the circumstances to take care of their relatives or help them. So what largely happens is when those people don't have a place to go to, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to go to a sanctuary city. That's just like 1 + 1 = 2, especially when you understand how the criminal mind works and how those are the kinds of people that are not going to be allowed into the homes where the 4 other kids are allowed, right? It's like that 5th kid, he's the criminal, and he's now going to be a burden on our society, right? That's what, like, this plan is understandable if there's consequences for violent crime, okay? There at least has to be a line there. You can go ahead and say, oh, okay, they're hungry, they're stealing because they're hungry. Sure, fine, whatever, right? Steal because you're hungry. Like, let that slide, whatever, because that's not a slippery slope. But you cannot empower criminals to beat up your police officers and then depower your police officers by basically just telling them, stand down. Don't even bring them into the court system because it's not going to do anything, right? So now cops are just basically incentivized to just cut them loose. When you cut a criminal loose, right, if there were no consequences, he goes and does it again. That is how the mind of a criminal works. And this is something we really need to rationalize and understand. One more thing before we go. Let's look and see what NBC put up as videos instead of this. Because you can see right now that they had a concerted effort to put up the exact opposite narrative, which is what? White people are dangerous. And let's say they are. Let's say they are dangerous. Why do we need to bring in more dangerous people if we already have enough of our own? Shouldn't we deal with ours before we bring in more? And if we do bring in more and we can just get rid of them, shouldn't we do that? Because shouldn't we want to like at least get rid of our own bad seeds instead of just bringing more in and making what? Like now everyone's a bad seed? That's the new like right? Like it makes you so frustrated when you actually try to rationalize what is the plan here? Who made this plan? Right? And why can we not U-turn when things are obviously broken and out of control? All right, show it.
All right, here we've got NBC. They're showing you a 40-year-old man beheading his 70-year-old father. I don't know, they're making it seem like the kid's, it's like a 16-year-old murdering his, his father. No, it's like some crazy old man who killed his like much older father who was a Biden supporter. And I look at this is like as crazy as like, maybe he's going to say he smoked some pot and that like, like that's why he did it, right? Because apparently that worked for that woman who killed her boyfriend, right? Oh, I smoked some marijuana. So, yeah. Yep, no problem. 2 years for you. Good to go. That makes sense. About as much sense as like those Venezuelans having no ID and leaving like the city after they didn't even pay for the bail, right? Like they didn't even get bail from the judge. That's how ridiculous it gets. And then, like we can go up, up. And like you can go up to like today from 4 or 5 days ago and you'll see there's not a single, not even one address about the migrants.
Please, feed my dog. Remember, every like and subscribe feeds this really cute animal. It feeds him really well. I promise, every like and subscribe, he gets a treat. Promise, on my heart. Now, we're going to leave you with one last thought. This is what the migrants did on the same day that they were released from jail without bond. Okay? So they're just like, cut loose, let's show it.
The bird to the cameras. He could care less. Another blows kisses as he smiles and laughs. The other suspect next to him also putting up the middle fingers and cursing at those reporters. Remorseless, brazen, smug. And now the question is, will the Biden administration deport these migrants?
Because I'm not just going to commit another crime, right? I'm just going to go like this. Yeah, I just beat some cops up and I'm going to get out. My boys and me in my homeless shelter. We're gonna get it down. Like that's another thing people don't understand. What do you think these homeless shelters are? This is like you gave free housing to a gang, right? Like you're literally like it's like a gang's hotel. It's like imagine a hotel full of gang members. That's what these shelters are. These are the worst places in the world. Literally, if I was homeless, I would rather be on the street than in one of those shelters because that's how bad they are, okay? That is the kinds of people in there. It's like an indoctrination camp for how to be a criminal. You want to be a criminal even faster? Go to the homeless shelter. Go hang out there for a week with those guys. They will teach you the in and outs of how to be a criminal, okay? It's that same mentality of when you're in jail. You learn from all the other people jailed on everything they were incarcerated for, and you get a degree in how to be a criminal. All right, take care, guys. That's it for today.